Melody vibrating inside my chest, putting my emotional endurance to the test. The pendulum swings, pulling the gravity down, wearing a heavy, invisible, thorny crown. A melancholy tempo carrying my fragile weight, accepting the terms of this unfortunate fate. Tears falling silently on the acoustic wood, misunderstood in my own neighborhood. The metric rhythm healing the deepest wound inside this cavern where I am marooned. The persistent vibration shakes the solid ground, wrapping my trauma in a comforting sound. The cadence of grief is a powerful tide, washing away the stubbornness and pride, plucking the strings of a broken instrument, documenting the pain in the sonic document, transforming the agony into a steady pulse, rejecting the narratives that are entirely false, swaying the hips to a sorrowful beat, finding our ground and on our own 2 feet. Sorrow grew, riding the cadence of grief, searching the lyrics for a momentary relief. Sorrow grew, a therapeutic slow descent, calculating the hours that we have spent. Let the vibration massage the aching bone. You are suffering, but you are not alone. A summer frequency that penetrates the skin, a musical battle that we are trying to win. The metronome clicks with a merciless pace, tracing the lines on my weary weathered face. A deep oscillation from the amplifier cone, speaking a language that is entirely its own. The physical toll of this emotional debt is something my muscles will never forget. But the therapeutic shuffle starts to take control, mending the fractures in my damaged soul. I lean my shoulder against the vibrating amp, lighting the wick of my flickering oil lamp. The harmonic resonance aligns with my heart, piecing together the things that fell apart. A slow motion dance in a solitary room, dispelling the shadows and the creeping gloom. The frequency acts as a medicinal balm, restoring a sense of unprecedented calm, transforming the agony into a steady pulse, rejecting the narratives that are entirely false, swaying the hips to a sorrowful beat, finding our grounding on our own 2 feet. Sorrow grew, riding the cadence of grief, searching the lyrics for a momentary relief. Sorrow grew, a therapeutic slow descent, calculating the hours that we have spent. Let the vibration massage the aching bone. You are suffering, but you are not alone. A somber frequency that penetrates the skin, a musical battle that we are trying to win. Feel the resonance, let the tears flow, release the burden, just let it go. The vibration is the medicine, the beat is the cure, making our intentions absolutely pure. Sorrow grew, hey, move. Sorrow grew, sorrow grew. frequency that penetrates the skin. A musical battle that we are trying to win. Healing rhythm, let the groove take over. No more pain. Fretboard is a roadmap of the mistakes I have made, where every single promise has been steadily betrayed. My callous fingertips press against the nickel wire, extinguishing the remnants of a suffocating fire. The tuning pegs are rusted from the dampness of the room, an instrument absorbing all the overwhelming gloom. I pluck a solitary note and let it hang in space, a sonic representation of a devastated face. I plug the heavy cable in the amplifier jack, knowing that my innocence is never coming back. The vacuum tubes are glowing with the warm nostalgic heat, pumping out a rhythm of absolute pure defeat. I dial up the overdrive to mask the inner ache, calculating exactly how much more my mind can take. The hum of the equipment is a sympathetic friend, accompanying this journey to a miserable end. The physical vibration travels up the wooden neck, a beautiful salvage of a devastating wreck, translating the tragedy into an audible sigh, a spectacular method to efficiently cry. Listen to the weeping chord echoing down the hall, a musical testament to a terrifying fall. Weeping chord bending on the heavy gauge string, the most sorrowful anthem that a human could ever sing. Let the harmony tremble, let the feedback sustain. We are broadcasting frequencies of undeniable pain, a masterpiece constructed from a shattered, broken dream, tearing apart the fabric of the fragile sonic scheme. The bridge pickup captures every microscopic flaw, exposing the emotion that is terrifyingly raw. I manipulate the whammy bar to emulate a moan, operating in a territory completely on my own. The pentatonic scale provides a temporary map, navigating safely through the psychological trap, a symphony of sadness generated by the and, the only universal language I can fully understand. The nylon and the steel create a gorgeous tragic blend, a musical epistle that I desperately send. I mute the heavy rhythm with the palm of my right hand, creating a dynamic that is utterly grand. A distortion pedal mimics all the anger in my brain, a beautiful cacophony driving me insane. But when the chorus hits, I find a momentary peace, a wonderful, incredible, magnificent release. The physical vibration travels up the wooden neck, a beautiful salvage of a devastating wreck, translating the tragedy into an audible sigh, a spectacular method to efficiently cry. Listen to the weeping chord echoing down the hall, a musical testament to a terrifying fall. Weeping chord bending on the heavy gauge string, the most sorrowful anthem that a human could ever sing. Let the harmony tremble, let the feedback sustain. We are broadcasting frequencies of undeniable pain, a masterpiece constructed from a shattered, broken dream, tearing apart the fabric of the fragile sonic scene. Bend the knob, make it scream, The riverbank is overflowing with the heavy springtime flood. My ankles are submerged inside the thick, disgusting mud. The shoreline has eroded from the constant brutal rain, washing away the boundaries of my personal domain. The silt is accumulating at the bottom of the creek, a filthy environment for the weary and the weak. I wade into the shadows, pushing through the murky brown, determined not to let the undercurrent drag me down.
Yeah. The Delta is a graveyard for the beautifully naive, a treacherous topography designed to deceive. My waterproof boots are sinking deeper in the sludge, facing the tribunal of an unforgiving judge. The water level rises, threatening to overtake a massive reservoir of every terrible mistake. I fight against the current, utilizing all my might, refusing to surrender to the darkness of the night.
The undertow is pulling with the terrifying grip, threatening the balance of this monumental trip. We navigate the debris floating on the surface tide, with absolutely nowhere for a fugitive to hide. Pushing through the muddy waves, fighting against the stream,
Waking up shivering
from a catastrophic dream. Muddy waves splashing on the rugged denim coat,
desperately attempting to keep this vessel afloat.
let the river rumble, let the stormy weather crash.
We are sifting through the wreckage and the filthy urban trash,
Baptism of dirt, cleansing of the grime,
marching through the sludge until the ending of our time. The levee finally broke beneath the agonizing strain, releasing a torrent of unrelenting pain. The floating logs are battering my bruised and aching knee, a brutal demonstration of the river's majesty. The stagnant pools are breeding a magnificent disease, carried through the valley on a contaminated breeze. I grab a sturdy branch to keep my footing on the floor, swimming toward the promise of a highly distant shore.
My garments are completely soaked and heavy on my frame, participating in this grueling, terrifying game. The whirlpool spin a dizzying, hypnotic, deadly dance, relying entirely on a terrifying chance. The Mississippi grit is permanently in my hair, a physical manifestation of my deep despair. The reggae rhythm acts as a flotation device, a beautifully rhythmic, spectacular sacrifice. The undertow is pulling with the terrifying grip, threading the balance of this monumental trip. We navigate the debris floating on the surface tide, with absolutely nowhere for a fugitive to hide. Pushing through the muddy waves, fighting against the stream,
Waking up shivering
from a catastrophic dream. Muddy waves splashing on the rugged denim coat,
desperately attempting to keep this vessel afloat.
let the river rumble, let the stormy weather crash.
We are sifting through the wreckage and the filthy urban trash,
Baptism of dirt, cleansing of the grime,
marching through the sludge until the ending of our time.
keep your head up, do not swallow the flood.
We are resilient creatures,
Molded from the mud,
the current is vicious,
but our spirits are strong.
singing out a massive
Oh, revolutionary song. Oh,
singing out a massive.
oh, revolutionary song. Pushing through the muddy waves, fighting against the stream,
Waking up shivering
from a catastrophic dream. Muddy waves splashing on the rugged denim coat. washing the deception from my weary eye. The saline droplets trace a jagged route, digging to the bottom of the deepest root. A tiny puddle forms upon the pavement stone, reflecting a visage I have barely known. Gathering the water in a porcelain bowl, purifying the edges of a tarnished soul. The archaeous ritual begins at dusk, shedding the remnants of a hollow husk, submerging the ego in the rising tide, leaving absolutely nothing left to hide. The precipitation carries an ancient lore, sweeping the debris from the ocean floor. Baptized anew in the sorrowful stream, waking the spirit from a dormant dream. Let the reservoir overflow the dam, revealing the truth of exactly who I am. A liquid testament to the pain we bear, evaporating slowly in the humid air. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the urban stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. The weeping willow bows its branches low, absorbing the moisture from the soil below. An irrigation system for the barren dirt, healing the anatomy of a lasting hurt. The tributary feeds into a roaring sea, washing away the chains of captivity. We harvest the sorrow from the weeping eye, a glorious liquid that will never dry. My eyelashes heavy with the morning dew, painting the horizon in a softer hue. The condensation gathers on the window glass, watching the procession of the shadows pass. A vulnerable offering laid upon the shrine, turning bitter water into vintage wine. The clarity emerges when the crying ends, mending the fractures that the universe sends. Let the reservoir overflow the dam, revealing the truth of exactly who I am. A liquid testament to the pain we bear, evaporating slowly in the humid air. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the earthen stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. Pour it out, empty the bitter well, breaking out of this self-constructed self. The salinity cures the microscopic tear, washing the landscape until it's absolutely clear. Trickle, cleanse, breathe, release. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the urban stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. Let it wash over, pure liquid gold. The weeping is done. The celestial canvas painted deep indigo, watching the distant silver constellations glow. A velvet blanket wrapping my shivering frame, trying to forget the echoes of a hollow game.
The lunar cycle guides my solitary feet, far away from the noise of the bustling street,
seeking a sanctuary where the quiet heavily lies underneath the majesty of the open skies.
Pacing the floorboard while the galaxies spin, shedding the weight of my original sin. The astronomical clock ticks in perfect time, a silent observer to this upward climb, eclipsing the hardship, leaving orbit behind, searching for a haven for a troubled mind. The atmospheric pressure begins to finally drop, reaching for the summit at the mountain top.
When the twilight fades into the darkest hour, we gather the remnants of our spiritual power, guiding our vessels through the cosmic sea, unlocking the padlock, setting the captive free. Midnight Zion,
A sanctuary
built in space, finding salvation in this tranquil place. Midnight Zion,
floating
on a stellar breeze, bringing the arrogant empires to their knees, bathing our wounds in the astral light, conquering the demons of the endless night.
the atmospheric pressure begins to finally drop, reaching for the summit at the mountain top. Meteor showers blazing a trail of gold, a beautiful story that has never been told. No borders, no boundaries, no terrestrial lines, just the universal truth that eternally shines, elevating the consciousness above the fray, waiting patiently for the breaking of day.
My silhouette stretches across the silver lawn, breathing the oxygen before the coming dawn. Gravity loses its unrelenting hold, making my hesitant spirit incredibly bold. The cosmic hum vibrates in my inner ear, erasing every particle of lingering fear. A nocturnal pilgrimage to a sacred dome, finally discovering my permanent home. Twilight fades into the darkest hour, we gather the remnants of our spiritual power, guiding our vessels through the cosmic sea, unlocking the padlock, setting the captive free. Midnight Zion, a sanctuary built in space, finding salvation in this tranquil place. Midnight Zion, floating on a stellar breeze, bringing the arrogant empires to their knees, bathing our wounds in the astral light, conquering the demons of the endless night.
Ascend beyond the stratosphere,
The vision becomes crystal clear,
levitate above the sorrow and the pain,
washing our spirits in the meteor rain. Hush, stars
align,
ascend.
ascend.
Midnight Zion, a sanctuary built in space, finding salvation in this tranquil place. Midnight Zion, floating on a stellar breeze, bringing the arrogant empires to their knees, bathing our wounds dreadful secret brew, formulating hexes aimed directly at you. Alligator sliding beneath the Spanish moss, tallying the ledger of a monumental loss. A mysterious practitioner stirs the iron pot, tying up my destiny in a complicated knot. Sprinkling the graveyard dust upon the wooden floor, opening the hinges of another early door.
I hear the incantation whisper through the cypress trees, carried by a foul and a natural breeze, rattling the vertebrae inside a leather sack, guaranteeing nobody is ever coming back.
The grease talisman hangs around my neck, keeping the malevolent apparitions in check. Lighting up the candles on the makeshift shrine, erasing the boundaries of the dividing line. Uttering the syllables of an ancient dreadful curse, making the predicament exponentially worse. The sorcery is potent, the magic is severe, summoning the phantoms that you constantly fear. Listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
Join in the procession in the terrifying stomp.
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine,
Intertwining your miserable existence with mine.
let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the walls of your sanctuary crumble. A hypnotic spell woven in the musical form,
Summoning the fury of a supernatural storm. The talisman vibrates with a kinetic strange energy, unlocking the padlock of a hidden memory, pounding on the ghost skin with the frantic wild pace, summoning the spirits from a designated place. The potion is simmering, emitting a foul scent, a magical phenomenon that cannot be unspent. I throw the carved trinkets upon the dusty dirt, shielding my anatomy from any impending hurt.
my pupils dilate as the trance begins to take, causing the foundations of the cabin to shake. I speak in a dialect I never formally learned, while the effigy of my enemy is totally burned. The swamp water ripples from the heavy vibration, a terrifying, spectacular, dark celebration. We bind the adversary with a metaphysical thread, communicating directly with the lingering dead. Uttering the syllables of an ancient dreadful curse, making the predicament exponentially worse. The sorcery is potent, the magic is severe, summoning the phantoms that you constantly fear. Listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
Join in the procession in the terrifying stomp.
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine.
Intertwining your miserable existence with mine.
Let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the walls of your sanctuary crumble. A hypnotic spell woven in a musical form,
Summoning the fury of a supernatural storm.
the supernatural storm.
Oh, break the hex, snap the cursed twig, dancing around the fire in a frantic wild jig. The spirits are awake and the ritual is complete, throwing the adversary right beneath our feet.
Step, burn, listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
Join in the procession in the terrifying stomp.
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine.
Entwining your miserable existence with mine.
Let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the walls of your sanctuary crumble. A hypnotic spell woven in the musical form,
Summoning the fury of a supernatural storm.
this spell is cast, the swamp is quiet. Voodoo, voodoo. Rocky bio bubbles with the dreadful secret brew, formulating hexes aimed directly at you. Alligator sliding beneath the Spanish moss, tallying the ledger of a monumental loss. A mysterious practitioner stirs the iron pot, tying up my destiny in a complicated knot. Sprinkling the graveyard dust upon the wooden floor, opening the hinges of an otherworldly door.
I hear the incantation whisper through the cypress trees, carried by a foul and unnatural breeze, rattling the vertebrae inside the leather sack, guarantee nobody is ever coming back.
The grease talisman hangs around my neck, keeping the malevolent apparitions in check, lighting up the candles on the makeshift shrine, erasing the boundaries of the dividing line,
Uttering the
syllables of an ancient dreadful curse, making the predicament exponentially worse. The sorcery is potent, the magic is severe, summoning the phantoms that you constantly fear. Listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
joining the procession in the terrifying stomp,
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine,
intertwining your miserable existence with mine.
let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the walls of your sanctuary crumble. A hypnotic spell woven in a musical form,
Summoning the fury of a supernatural storm. The talisman vibrates with a kinetic strange energy, unlocking the padlock of a hidden memory, pounding on the goatskin with the frantic wild pace, summoning the spirits from a designated place.
the potion is simmering, emitting a foul scent, a magical phenomenon that cannot be unspent. I pour the carved trinkets upon the dusty dirt, shielding my anatomy from any impending hurt. My pupils dilate as the trance begins to take, causing the foundations of the cabin to shake. I speak in a dialect I never formally learned, while the effigy of my enemy is totally burned. The swamp water ripples from the heavy vibration, a terrifying, spectacular, dark celebration. We bind the adversary with the metaphysical thread, communicating directly with the lingering dead. Uttering the syllables of an ancient dreadful curse, making the predicament exponentially worse. The sorcery is potent, the Stepping down the concrete stairs into the basement club, immersed entirely in the frequencies of the dub. The strobe light flickers cutting through the dense, heavy fog, navigating the darkness like a solitary dog. My doppelganger mimics every movement that I make, testing my sanity to see how much my mind can take. A phantom reflection projected on the plaster wall, answering the terrifying subterranean call.
The audio engineer twists the analog mixing knob, controlling the heartbeat of the synchronized dancing mob. Reverberation bouncing off the insulated ceiling, amplifying this deeply unsettling, eerie feeling. I confront the monster that is hiding in my own brain, dancing erratically to keep myself entirely sane. The lower registers vibrate right through my spinal cord, a heavy manipulation by the musical overlord, submerging our consciousness into the deepest low, where the obscure, terrifying entities prefer to go, manipulating the echo, stretching out the time, committing a beautifully sonically perfect crime. Welcome to the shadow dub, where the phantoms sway, keeping the obnoxious glaring sunlight far away. Shadow dub, bouncing off the subterranean floor, leaving you begging the DJ for a little bit more. Let the bass line rumble, let the snare drum crack. We are venturing deep and we are never coming back. A hypnotic trance inside a pitch black hidden room, finding our salvation in the middle of the gloom. The synthesizer oscillates a terrifying drone, a sinister frequency that chills me to the bone. My darker alter ego takes complete and total charge, becoming a menacing figure incredibly large. We wrestle with the demons in a synchronized routine, the most spectacular exorcism you have ever seen. The woofer cabinets rattle with the violent earthquake force, taking this ritual along its necessary course. A sudden dropout leaves my vocal hanging in the air, exposing a vulnerability I rarely ever share. The delay pedal repeats my phrases into infinity, questioning the boundaries of my own divinity. I twirl my silhouette into a dizzying glass spin, shedding the layers of my metaphorical skin. The sonic isolation acts as a protective shield, conquering the adversaries on the battlefield, submerging our consciousness into the deepest low, where the obscure, terrifying entities prefer to go, manipulating the echo, stretching out the time, committing a beautifully sonically perfect crime. Welcome to the shadow dub, where the phantoms sway, keeping the obnoxious glaring sunlight far away. Shadow dub, bouncing off the subterranean floor, leaving you begging the DJ for a little bit more. Let the bass line rumble, let the snare drum crack. We are venturing deep and we are never coming back. A hypnotic trance inside a pitch black hidden room, finding our salvation in the middle of the gloom. Drop the treble, let the low end dominate.
This is the moment where the
Spirits culminate.
echoes multiplying in the empty space, a terrifying grin upon the phantom space. Welcome to the shadow dub, where the phantoms sway, keeping the obnoxious glaring sunlight far away. Shadow dub, bouncing off the subterranean floor, leaving you begging the DJ for a little bit more. Let the bass line rumble, let the snare drum crack. We are venturing deep and we are never coming back. A hypnotic trance inside a pitch black hidden room, finding our salvation in the middle of the gloom.
Let the echo fade,
Return to the surface,
the dub survives.
nicotine haze wrapping around the room, sweeping away my senses like an old forgotten broom. The vinyl record spins a scratchy, melancholy tune, bathed in the artificial glow of a neon moon. I tap my fingernails against the cheap mahogany, trapped inside this beautiful, toxic symphony. You walk right through the parlor with a dangerous swagger, holding my attention like a hidden silver dagger. I strike a match against the heel of my leather boot, wearing this tattered confidence like a tailored suit. The atmosphere is heavy, saturated with desire, walking barefoot across a pit of burning fire. I see you sitting there, sipping on a sour drink, pushing my sanity way past the absolute brink. The jukebox hums a melody of broken-hearted fools, breaking every single one of the tavern's golden rules. Inhale the vapor, let the poison circulate, leaving our fragile future to the hands of fate. Exhale the misery, watch the gray clouds rise. I see my own reflection in your compromised eyes. We got those smoky blues tearing up the atmosphere, the loudest kind of silence that you'll ever hear. Smoky blues are fatal, magnetic attraction, looking for a tiny bit of chemical satisfaction. Turn up the amplifier, let the feedback scream, living in the middle of a feverish dream. Yeah, we're burning out fast, but we're shining so bright, singing the smoky blues into the endless night.
The bartender polishes the glassware with the filthy rag, while I surrender completely to this glorious drag. A pocket full of coppers and a pocket full of lies, ignoring the warning signs and the desperate cries. The tempo shifts into a syncopated heavy grind, leaving the rational decisions completely behind. Your lipstick leaves a smudge upon the paper cup. I am falling way down, but it feels like going up.
My vocal register drops into a gravelly tone, navigating this hazardous territory all alone. The friction between us creates a static spark, illuminating the corners of the pitch black dark. I flick the ashes right into the porcelain tray, knowing tomorrow I will definitely have to pay. But tonight the rhythm is a captivating drug, sweeping our transgressions right under the rug. Inhale the vapor, let the poison circulate, leaving our fragile future to the hands of fate. Exhale the misery, watch the gray clouds rise. I see my own reflection in your compromised eyes. We got those smoky blues tearing up the atmosphere, the loudest kind of silence that you'll ever hear. Smoky blues are fatal, magnetic attraction, looking for a tiny bit of chemical satisfaction. Turn up the amplifier, let the feedback scream, living in the middle of a feverish dream. Yeah, we're burning out fast, but we're shining so bright, singing the smoky blues into the endless night.
Let the ash fall,
Let the embers glow.
this is the only paradise we'll ever know.
Caught in the crossfire of a lover's game, moth to a candle,
Drawn to the flame. Yeah.
breathe in, choke, exhale, smoke. We got those smoky blues tearing up the atmosphere, the loudest kind of silence that you'll ever hear. Smoky blues are fatal, magnetic attraction, looking for a tiny bit of chemical satisfaction. Turn up the amplifier, let the feedback scream, living in the middle of a feverish dream. Yeah, we're burning out fast, but we're shining so bright, singing the smoky blues into the endless night. Keep it burning, don't let the fire die. Smoky, smoky. intricate, finally snapped in two, exposing the lacerations to the entire avenue. I am hemorrhaging my feelings on this wooden stage, flipping to a thoroughly depressing, tragic page. A crimson river flowing from a deeply wounded heart, tearing my psychological stability apart. The microphone stand is the only thing holding me upright, surrendering completely to the devastating fight. My vulnerability is presented for the crowd to see, stripped of my defensive masculine anatomy. The incision is profound, the agony is extremely real. There's absolutely nothing left for me to conceal. I pluck the nylon strings with the trembling, nervous hand, hoping the audience can somehow finally understand. A spiritual transfusion required to keep me alive, desperately fighting to fundamentally survive. Draining the essence from the center of the vein, a beautiful method of managing the chronic pain. Exsanguinating sorrow, drop by precious drop, unable to command the biological rhythm to stop. This is a bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, a hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the wordlets cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. A musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. The scar tissue forms a melody across my chest, a permanent reminder of the agonizing test. I suture up the wound with the soaring vocal run, knowing the recovery process has barely begun. The spotlight is a scalpel cutting through the murky disguise, reflecting the trauma directly into your eyes. A therapeutic performance acting as a bandage wrap, escaping the jaws of a psychological trap. My hemoglobin drops as the tempo starts to climb, committing the ultimate confessional vocal crime. I am an open book, completely missing the final spine, pouring my tragedy into a glass of bitter wine. The audience acts as a massive collective nurse, lifting the heavy burden of this unrelenting curse. A cathartic release of the pressurized internal gauge, leaving my entire anatomy upon the stage. Draining the essence from the center of the vein, a beautiful method of managing the chronic pain. Exsanguinating sorrow, drop by precious drop, unable to command the biological rhythm to stop. This is a bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, a hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the wordlets cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. A musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. Let it flow, let the absolute essence spill, climbing the summit of the agonizing hill. The music is the plasma, the rhythm is the cure, making my intentions remarkably, beautifully pure. This is a bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, the hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the wordlets cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. Musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. Stitching it up, the bleeding stops, music heals. rusty glass bottle, pushing my sanity full speed at the throttle. Fermented courage making my boots want to sway, chasing the ghosts of my yesterday away. The saloon is spinning in the dizzying blur, causing a raucous and magnificent stir. Ice cubes clinking in a crystalline cup, drinking a bitter medication straight up.
Tapping my heel on the sticky wooden planks, joining the misfits in the rebellious ranks. A dizzy intoxication wrapping around my brain, numbing the sting of this relentless pain.
The brass section howling like a wild coyote, floating my troubles on a fragile boat. A barrel of liquor in the pocket of lint, running a marathon in a frantic sprint.
Swirling the liquor,
Catching the amber gleam,
waking up violently from a sober dream.
tossing the inhibitions out the swinging door, leaving our misery scattered on the floor.
Whiskey skank,
Getting dizzy on the floor, stomping our feet till we cannot take no more.
whiskey skank,
A chaotic, joyful mess, relieving the tension and the awful stress. Spilling the spirits on the tavern rug, caught in the grip of this musical bug. A jubilant riot in the fermented haze, dancing right through this magnificent maze.
The upright piano takes a pounding abuse, providing the perfect and rowdy excuse. A tavern of sinners, hypocrites and saints, removing the shackles and the tight restraints. My collar is loose and my tie is undone. This chaotic revelry is only begun. A potent concoction to loosen the tongue, a mischievous anthem that must be sung.
My petticoat swirls in a furious spin, embracing the chaos and the beautiful sin. The bartender rings the heavy brass bell, casting a potent and intoxicating spell. I stumble slightly, but I catch my own stride, enjoying the thrill of this turbulent ride. The vintage amplifier crackles and pops, nobody leaves until the melody stops. Swirling the liquor, catching the amber gleam, waking up violently from a sober dream. Tossing the inhibitions out the swinging door, leaving our misery scattered on the floor.
Whiskey skank,
Getting dizzy on the floor, stomping our feet till we cannot take no more.
whiskey skank,
A chaotic, joyful mess, relieving the tension and the awful stress. Spilling the spirits on the tavern rug, caught in the grip of this musical bug. A jubilant riot in the fermented haze, dancing right through this magnificent maze. it finally snapped in two, exposing the lacerations to the entire avenue. I am hemorrhaging my feelings on this wooden stage, flipping to a thoroughly depressing, tragic page, a crimson river flowing from a deeply wounded heart, tearing my psychological stability apart. The microphone stand is the only thing holding me upright, surrendering completely to the devastating fight.
My vulnerability is presented for the crowd to see, stripped of my defensive masculine anatomy. The incision is profound, the agony is extremely real. There is absolutely nothing left for me to conceal. Lapped up the nylon strings with a trembling, nervous hand, hoping the audience can somehow finally understand. A spiritual transfusion required to keep me alive, desperately fighting to fundamentally survive, draining the essence from the center of the vein. A beautiful method of managing the chronic pain, exsanguinating sorrow, drop by precious drop, unable to command the biological rhythm to stop. This is a bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, a hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the violence cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. A musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. The scar tissue forms a melody across my chest, the permanent reminder of the agonizing test. I suture up the wound with the soaring local run, knowing the recovery process has barely begun. The spotlight is a scalpel cutting through the murky disguise, reflecting the trauma directly into your eyes. A therapeutic performance acting as a bandage wrap, escaping the jaws of a psychological trap.
My hemoglobin drops as the tempo starts to climb, committing the ultimate confessional vocal crime. I am an open book, completely missing the final spine, pouring my tragedy into a glass of bitter wine. The audience acts as a massive collective nurse, lifting the heavy burden of this unrelenting curse. A cathartic release of the pressurized internal gauge, leaving my entire anatomy upon the stage, draining the essence from the center of the vein. A beautiful method of managing the chronic pain, exsanguinating sorrow, drop by precious drop, unable to command the biological rhythm to still. A bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, a hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the violence cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. A musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic.
Let it
flow, let the absolute essence spill, climbing the summit of the agonizing hill. The music is the plasma, the rhythm is the cure, making my intentions remarkably beautifully pure. This is a bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, a hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the violence cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. A musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. Stitching it up, the bleeding stops, music heals. The transit station buzzes with a frantic energy, preparing for a mass spectacular exodus of the free. I clutch my luggage tightly to my rapidly beating chest, leaving the concrete slums for the legendary West.
The metallic engine groans, spitting out a jet of steam,
transporting the passengers toward a collective dream.
a symphony of pistons pushing on the rusted wheel, a revolutionary movement that is finally getting real. The freight cars are loaded with the hopes of the oppressed, a monumental journey, a spectacular quest. The locomotive captain pulls the heavy iron lever, severing the ties to the Babylon forever. The rhythmic clatter echoes on the wooden railway ties, drowning out the government's fabricated lies. We shovel the combustion, fueling up the massive grate, escaping the perimeter of the dictatorial state.
Velocity increasing as we blast out of the zone, heading for a territory completely unknown. The momentum is a weapon, the rhythm is a shield, racing past the borders of the sugarcane field. All aboard that trench town train, unstoppable and loud,
Carrying the voices of the liberated crowd.
trench town train, tearing right through the tracks.
No hesitation and no ever looking back.
From the ghetto alleyways to the mountaintops so high,
Watch this iron chariot elevate into the sky.
sound the glorious whistle, let the engine roar.
We are kicking down the hinges of the freedom door. The cabin is vibrating with the fierce, rebellious chant, doing all the massive things they told us that we can. The velocity blurs the passing scenery outside, a thoroughly exhilarating, terrifying ride. The systemic barriers crumble as we barrel through, creating an environment spectacularly new. The compass needle points strictly toward the promised land, guided by the power of a mighty unseen hand.
I stick my head out the window to catch the rushing gale, writing a victorious chapter to this epic tale. The suffocating poverty is shrinking in the rear, replacing the anxiety with the vision crystal clear. The percussion of the tracks is a steady boom and kick, making the oppressive politicians awfully sick. A rolling sanctuary constructed out of steel, the most euphoric liberation I will ever feel. Velocity increasing as we blast out of the zone, heading for a territory completely unknown. The momentum is a weapon, the rhythm is a shield,